quiet, please. Gosh, shh. Film's about to start.
Hello world, welcome to Drew's Reviews, and today's film will be discussing Elio. This animated sci-fi adventure follows Elio Solis, an imaginative and introverted 11-year-old boy who accidentally becomes Earth's representative to an intergalactic organization called the Communiverse. How are you doing today? I hope you're doing okay. Pixar tried it with me, and they continue to keep trying to make grown adult men and women sob whenever they make a new film.
Hello, darkness, my old friend. I've come to talk with you.
Boy, if you don't... But it didn't work this time, and I'll get into a couple of reasons why. I will say that Elemental completely got to me. I was not expecting the way that that film would turn out and how much it would hit me, but it did, and it's 100% underrated. And yes, Inside Out 2 was pretty good, but I don't think it was better than Elemental, and that's just me. But they continue to try and have these really deep stories, but dressed up for kids and families, which I do appreciate because animated films can be more than just these mindless cartoons. And not saying there's not a space for that, but to make a family movie is completely different from making a kids film, and this film borders on that line. I feel like this movie is definitely for very young kids, but for adults is not as entertaining, and this is just from my experience, obviously. Now, there were some funny things in here, but overall I feel the story just suffers from just being cliche. We've seen this story of acceptance and all of that time and time again, and there really wasn't enough different in this movie to separate itself a little bit from the similarities of other films that are like this. And even within Pixar itself, making movies of acceptance and family and love and all of those different things. And yes, they use the aliens and the sci-fi aspects to kind of, I guess, differentiate itself. But even with that, you can have a different setting, but when you're still following those same story beats, it's just never different enough. Okay. And that's my biggest complaint with this. It didn't feel more than what it was, and it could have been so much more. There were a lot of opportunities to change certain things within the story and develop things a little bit better, but instead they chose to go the joke route and be funny here, which is okay for younger crowds, but for people like me or, you know, dads, moms, I don't think it's going to hit the same way. It's hard to make animated movies like that where it hits the entire family or works for everybody no matter what demographic. I feel they went towards one audience more than the other. It didn't come to the standard of what Pixar has been. Like, they have their own standard. Your Toy Stories, your Monster Incs, your WALL-E. This movie was more in the Good Dinosaur Pixar spectrum, which I don't believe that The Good Dinosaur is bad, and I don't believe this movie is bad. It's just not as good as it could have been. Now, I will say the jokes in the film, they did work. There was a lot of funny moments, not every single one, but a lot of them for the most part I found amusing.
Gordon? Hi, Dad. I'm a bargaining chip.
Elio was a very likable character, funny and relatable, and same with the alien that he has a friendship with, Glorden or Glordon. Their back and forth was really good and funny, and their dynamic was sweet and cute. You really felt the friendship when they had those moments. Now, the voice cast did a good job. Giannis Kabrib, he was great as Elio. Zoe Saldana, she was great as Olga, his aunt. Remy Edgar majorly. Pretty sure I just botched his name, but he was great as Glordon. But the standout for me was Brad Garrett. He was excellent as Lord Grygon. He gave the character so much life. All of his scenes I enjoyed a lot. He was awesome, whether it's live action or animated. He has such a great voice and he's hilarious. That was really good casting getting him. Overall, the voice cast was good. I'll also mention the animation in Pixar movies are just outstanding. The way they make water, the way the clothes have so much texture, just everything. Even though Pixar is falling into a specific type of animation, like if you saw a trailer without knowing that it was a Pixar movie, I'm pretty sure you could guess that it's a Pixar movie. Regardless, just the little things, even how some of the aliens were designed, and one little scene where they're in the aunt's apartment and they zoom in on this, we'll call it creature, scurrying across the floor. I don't know, it looks so real. The floor itself looked so real. It looked like it was in my parents' old house, and just stuff like that I noticed. They've always done such a great job in animation, and I just had to mention it here. Besides all of that, it was okay. Again, it didn't meet the Pixar standards. That's just my biggest negative about the movie.
Look, Pim, I think this guy's a lost cause. He's obviously made up his mind. Why don't we just cut our losses and get out of here?
From what I've seen from Pixar, I know that they can give these fun, funny, and also heart-wrenching, excellent stories. And I wanted more from this film, but I just left the theater thinking to myself, would I watch it again? Not really. It's not much for me to go in with this movie. So with that being said, I'm going to give Elio a 6 out of 10. At the end of the day, it was middling for me. It's not the best or worst that I've seen. It's okay. Take my review with a grain of salt. I'm not the target demographic. I'm sure kids might enjoy this a lot more than me, and maybe some adults.
Well, yeah, doy.
At the end of the day, I'm gonna go home and forget about the film. Thank you for tuning in to my review of Elio. Please like, subscribe, and let me know down in the comments, what's your favorite Pixar film? I would love to hear your thoughts. And in case I don't see you, good afternoon, good evening, and good night.